Welcome to The Market is Open. Check us out on themarketisopen.com. Today I wanted to talk a bit about Tesla and some of the news that's been going on in the last week or so. Well, for one thing, Tesla stock hasn't really gone down that much in relation to the rest of the market. The market's been absolutely pummeled, and Tesla stock was actually up for most of the day today. And just currently it's down a little bit, but it's still up. It's actually up quite a bit for the year. So let's talk about a bit of Tesla news. So Elon's got this tweet pinned to his Twitter page saying that Tesla just acquired some trucking capacity. He didn't really specify which trucking company was purchased, but it looks like they were having some logistic hell last quarter, at the end of the quarter, and now I guess they're boosting their trucking and shipping ability to deliver these Model 3s. So I guess that means that Model 3s are still ramping quite nicely, and they're still delivering quite a bit. They're about to start shipments in Europe, and they're taking orders in China. So it seems like Model 3 is going to start going worldwide next year, and I guess Tesla wants to be ready for that as well. The tax credit in the US expires at the end of this year, or it doesn't expire, but it gets cut in half at the end of this year. And Tesla wants to ensure that all the people that order Model 3s can get the car by the end of the year to make use of this tax credit. Another interesting thing that Elon tweeted was that a couple days ago he said that Tesla's supercharger capacity will double by the end of the year. I expect to be within 95% to 100% of the population in all active markets. So if you're in the US, I mean, that's a great sign. 95 to 100% is pretty much almost everywhere. You'll be able to be within range of a supercharger to charge your car. But because a lot of people have been buying Model 3s lately, and there's a lot more Teslas on the road, the lines at the supercharger have gotten sort of out of control, and people are staying there for longer than they need to. So it seems like the Supercharger V3 is also going to start rolling out next year. A faster charge will be great. It'll help clear the lines at the supercharger stations, and as well, it's more incentive for people to buy a car that has a much faster charging rate. If the charging rate can become a lot closer to the length of time it takes you to fill up your car with gas, that's a huge selling point for most people to purchase a Tesla or an electric vehicle. So this article here is actually from the end of 2016, so 2 years ago. And when Elon was tweeting the Tesla Supercharger V3, which we just saw in the tweet from a couple days ago that there's supposed to be coming out with early next year. So in this article, they were talking about a 350 kilowatt power output from 2 years ago. Elon says here, a mere 350 kilowatts, what are you referring to, a child's toy? So we're not sure if it's 350 kilowatts, I guess that would be, so for a 100 kilowatt battery, you can charge the car up in less than 20 minutes. So if it's any higher than this, I mean, now you're looking at 10-minute charging. So that could be, a huge advantage that Tesla has over other car makers that have electric cars. I mean, just the supercharger network alone is already a huge advantage, but now they're going to really start taking customers away from gas cars when they've solved the range anxiety problem and the time it takes to fill up your car with fuel. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Elon didn't say what the new version 3 supercharger capabilities were, but I'm sure that'll come out within the next couple of months. Lastly, someone suggests that it would be interesting for Tesla to make an electric van because vans burn a lot of fuel. And then Elon says that maybe they'll partner with Mercedes, Daimler Mercedes, on an electric Sprinter. So Tesla has partnered with Daimler before. As a matter of fact, the Model S looks a lot like a Mercedes car on the inside. If you've driven Mercedes before and you get into a Model S, there's a lot of similarities. Yeah, so somebody asked, won't it end up being exactly like the Roadster, where they make it with another company and then they have to start changing everything because they're not happy with it? So that might be a little different for a van. A van is not supposed to really, look nice. It's just supposed to be functional. And if they already have vans that are great, maybe it'd be cool to use Tesla's battery pack, which has a much higher energy density nowadays than it did, a couple of years ago. And if they're designing the car, that's 30 to 40% of the effort. Which is a huge amount. I wouldn't say, I mean, Elon says it's only 30 to 40% of the effort, but Tesla has a lot on its plate. They have the Model Y, they have the pickup truck, they have the Semi, they have the Roadster. So a van is probably not something that it's not something that they should be focusing on right now, especially for this possibly a niche market. I mean, the van market is probably pretty big, but but the SUV market that with the Model Y that they're focusing on seems to be the main priority right now. It might be pretty helpful if Daimler can make the van and Tesla can simply outfit it with the batteries, and then they could share on the profit with that, while Tesla is focusing on these other cars, which will really make an impact in the market. Yeah, so Elon says that he's interested in working with Daimler and Mercedes. Some people are skeptical about that, and I mean, they are a competitor of Tesla, and I believe the CEO has has made some competitive remarks against Tesla. So a lot of people probably don't want Tesla to work with them again, and they just want Tesla to compete and do their best on their own. But it might be worth it in this case to help speed up the adoption of electric vehicles for Tesla to partner with Daimler. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.